Howdy. Here we go again. All right, so I think we're in pretty good shape. Where are we? First of all, I'm going to change my schedule for Twitch. And since you can set a schedule for Twitch. And I'm going to set it 9 to 11 every day, Monday through Friday, for programming. And then at 11, I do something to make my money. So it's either I'm going to be working on things to promote my streams, or go out and DoorDash, or set up my ads for my Mage Cages, something. I'm going to do something that tries to focus on income for an hour and a half or 2.5 hours. And then I will stream again, probably around 2 o'clock, and I'll go until whenever I go. So that's kind of the plan at the moment. Now that's my daily plan. So we'll see how this goes. So right now, it's 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock. I'm going to be working on this. So quick update, where am I at? The current situation is that I am, I got to test the stuff I just deployed. So I deployed some changes where I again made some minor adjustments to my Docker files. Okay, so I added in this. When I want to deploy locally to my local Docker environment, which is my dev file, this was causing me problems. I need this to exist when I deploy via GitHub, because what it does is it builds an environment file, .m file that gets baked into the containers. It becomes a permanent part, which in turn makes this take priority over whatever setup in your volumes. Volumes are your local files that will come in if the file doesn't exist. So it's going to go grab that stuff. And so I'm finally starting to learn how Docker is fully functioning. Well, I won't say fully because there's still a lot of weird stuff. And I don't even understand all the syntax of things, but I'm learning some. I kind of found out I learned this one today. This is the inline version of an if statement for terms of running something in a Docker file. So what this is basically saying is if we are not in the development environment, copy this. And it's a strange thing. It's kind of like saying if, but really what it is saying do both. But if the first one fails, don't do the second one, because this is what do they call it? There's a term for it. I can't remember what it is. It's a terminating, not terminating. It's what is it? It's just a check that only works if both sides work. So if the first one fails, it doesn't bother with the second half. And if you don't use the term enough times, you start forgetting what it is. But especially if you didn't use it much to begin with. Anyway, so what I've done is I put it in so that my development environment can provide its own .m, which will be different from any of the others. Because since I'm not going through GitHub, I don't have GitHub creating me a .m file that's going to be put into the application. Now there's a couple ways this can be handled. One is to see every Docker file that goes to a container, or every container creation is going to use your Docker files. So whatever you put in the Docker file is going to be ran. So you've got to have conditions. So it's interesting though, when I do my research, the recommendation is you copy the file every time, and you only remove it if it's development, rather than doing a if development copy. Yes, that's an option, but for some reason I asked why was it doing it that way instead, and it says this is more standard for Docker. I don't know why. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just what the AI thinks is standard because it sees this more often. But I kind of like it. It feels cleaner. Because for one, it guarantees that my code works exactly like it's supposed to, all the way up until the point where I'm checking for this. And in worst case scenario, my development gets hurt. But all of my other environments are going to work normally. Because in other words, if this doesn't work, then I don't remove it. And the development environment has to deal with it, which is better than having any other environment. So if I want my production and my test to always get their stuff correctly, it's better that I have this. Now the only other flaw is that for some reason this reads backwards and it runs this in the other environments, but I think that's not going to happen. That's pretty unlikely. So anyway, that's what I did. I put all my Docker files with this. Minor other changes I made was, what did I do? I think the only other thing I did really was update the Docker compose files that go along with my dev. So this is the volume that's there. And I also provide the argument that's actually going to get set and used to check for development. I don't set it in the other ones. They're just going to end up being blank or no argument set, so it'll be null. And ultimately, they won't change theoretically. So now we're at a stage of let's run a test, see if I can get everything working. Let's start in the dev. Now, all of this was about working in dev and hopefully not breaking test or production. If all of the environments work. So I was having issues getting it to run in dev because my Docker files were inserting the .m file, which is the local .m file, instead of the one that's created by GitHub, because I'm not doing it on GitHub. And it was getting all the local host settings. And I was like, wow, what is it doing? So I needed to stop doing that so that I would use my development.m instead as a volume, and hopefully we'll be good to go. Because I was noticing this was there, but it's an addition. What's happening is, I could probably show you, because okay, so this might have it. So this is my test environment, and if I go to my front end test and go with my files and go to app, you see there's an M file. What this M file is the file that's created and embedded into the test. It's just there. It's part of it. But if I were to mount a volume, it would ignore my mounted one because it's built into the app. It's weird. So I would look at this and go, hey, look, it's got the right settings, but it's and then if this is wrong, would still be wrong. It's like it ignores your volume, but it still puts it in the folder because one is in the image and it's using that one instead. So yeah, I don't know how that works exactly, but hey, it is what it is. It was almost like, yeah, it's just like, hey, I've already got this info. I'm not going to change it. So even if you put something over the top of it, it's not going to change it. So the volume cannot work if the image or the values are already there. So no matter what you put in for volume. Other things I need to test throughout the course of today just to make sure it's doing it. So I'm not completely convinced that my database persistence is working. But that's probably because I haven't fully got it working in everywhere. So let's go ahead and run this. Let's first start off with dev. I think ultimately I just need to start everything. I'm gonna do a full up the chain. Let's make sure everything works. So that means starting one locally. I'm gonna go close that. We're gonna do all the way from start to end. Everything tries to run, and then we'll just check the boxes. If everything works and I can check everything off, then I can call all of those items complete. Will I get through all the way? Most of the stuff has all worked at one point in the last day or two. It's just I keep tweaking this and that to optimize. And so it's going to come down to where are we when we finish here. So let's go here. Now this one is going to be the Dockerless version. The only thing I'm not totally sure that it's fully working is my main.go because the messages aren't implying that it's working. So I'm going to, and that's like a bonus thing. It doesn't have any real functionality. It's just to help me in my development environments. So I'm not going to, I want to see the other parts. So first we got to go run here. I'm going to go cd ng-auth. Go run. Actually, let's do a go build. Let's do a go build on everything while we're doing this. We're going to do this completely clean. Everybody's getting a fresh start kind of thing. Let's keep that. Really? What is it? Do they tell you what the change is when they do an update? Okay, so as you know, if you've been, well, great. We started my entire app. Did not expect that. I thought I was just going to restart the extension, not my whole app. At least that finished. It looks like that was weird. Okay. Alright, well, we're clear. If I do a run again, I want to make sure I don't have any more things I need to mess with. Right. I think there was another one, but apparently it's not going to load right now. So let's go. Oops. No, all it's going to run. Go in the odd. No. Run that. Some days. So well, we were getting snow all night. Again, we had some pretty good weather going here. It's pretty cool. So it says me. I don't know that everybody agrees, but it's pretty bright outside, so it's adding to my whiteness. I'm as white as the snow outside. Alright, I might change these images. I'd like to say this is GRP servers running on. Let's fix that. Because that's not good. It should be like AMG Office running on. Probably a copy from my GRPC server. Stop the NG off service. Initiating graceful shutdown. Oh yeah, that's another one I wanted to put a comment in. NG off. Now we go here. Okay. That's good. Start the Alright. I'm going to clean up some comments. This is all stuff that I'm getting to that point where I just want things to look kind of good. Alright, so I'm not going to worry about changing that right now, but I can check it later. So let's go ahead and go over to bash cd. Gateway is pretty important at this point, because that's one of our key elements of the test. Go dot. See what I like about the comments here. Okay, this one has its own copy going on too. Oh wait, I'm not in. Okay, let's see, we've got dialing, auth service, game plan, and playbook, which is fine, and starting the HTTP server at 8080. Okay, so that's what we're good. Alright, so that's mostly trying to load. Oh, okay, so I don't need this comments either, trying to load junk. I just want to know that my I just need to know where it's loading from. It's like I don't even know where it's. I don't even care where it's trying to load it from. Or I could say GitHub token loaded successfully. GitHub token. See, I don't even know that. Why do I need that? Trying to load. Oh, and where is that? That must be coming from another location. Because trying to load must be coming from the... just while I'm doing all this, I want to get a nice clean comment. Trying to load. So I don't need this. Other than that, let's just change this. Thing is, I just don't like a bunch of messages. Let's just do this. We'll just see where it goes. If it's going to fail or succeed, at least I get something. And if it gets them from the wrong path, I'll still see that. So now let's go find get token load successfully. This is nonsense. I don't need that. What do I need? I feel like saying all my other tokens are loaded successfully. We have this. If it didn't get it, then this will tell me too, and that's an error that I need to see. So clean it up, man. All right. So now we're down to probably getting one comment or failures if they need it. So I just get this one. All right. I'm not even totally sure I want this one, but fail to load. .pin. I'm more concerned about it failing than where I got it from, but I do show I'm keeping that because just in case I'm not even totally sure why I'm keeping it. But I'm going to keep it for now. Because now that I know it's working, it's like, well, it works, so. Oh, see, this is going to show anytime it fails. So in other words, if it see, I'm trying this and it works, but I'm going to keep getting fail, fail, succeed, or fail, succeed. You know, it's going to do, I don't want both. I don't want failures if it ultimately succeeds. If not loaded, oh, see, I don't need that. Error loading.m file. There we go. I don't need that. Let's not get unnecessary failures. All right. Keep it clean. Clean. Alright, now that we've cleaned up that code a bit, let's go on to another environment. Got gateway running. Let's go to git bash. And now we're going to go start the game plan. C game plan. Go build. What do we got here? Successfully loaded. That, alright. I probably don't even need the from on successfully loaded blah. that should be enough to answer my question. Yeah, alright, let's go here. More cleanup. I just want to have consistent labeling, game plan. Go here. Alright. Game plan GRPC. I don't know why I even have double on there, but it's going to be game plan service. No, actually, I'm going to go back over to config.go again. Engine successfully loaded. Oh. What is the percent test? Do I even need that? Oh, I see. No, percent S is putting in path. Okay, so yeah, I need that. There. Alright, so one more cleanup there. We are now running this. Let's go over to the playbook. See playbook. Alright. Successfully loaded common.env. Perfect. We still show my MongoDB thing there. We're going to change gRPC service on this one too. So we're going to go to playbook. I'm just going to say playbook. Change this to service. And didn't actually look at my gateway game plan. So we're getting pretty clean, what I probably let's go over my auth. Now there is an issue with auth, not a bug by any means. I am showing in my logs the password and such that are logged. I probably don't need it anymore. So let's go to image auth. When it starts the store. See, that's the config, which is fine, but I think what I want to do I don't believe it. Is it still? I don't think that does. Let's go to my common config URI. Config. The URI doesn't have anything in it anymore. I think. Oh, I know. I think the issue isn't here. It's when I try to load the user. Create system user. There it is, create system user. See, I'm showing you this. I don't need that anymore. What I'd like to do is show if I error. call this. Because obviously if it doesn't work, then it's not valid. It's not getting the right values. It's not going to be a duplicate key. So, failed to create system user. Credentials used. And this, I don't know if I care about that. It's a lot of error stuff. Because it's like, we got command error details, we got error code, error type. But then we're going to get like 5 errors when this fires off, man. I feel like there's a lot of excess. But I don't remember which one I want more. I think this type one is kind of the least useful. That's a lot of crap. And here, okay. Won't this tell me the same thing? I feel like that's a lot of error messages. Can I comment this out and just keep it on the odd chance that I might want to use it at some point? Is there block comments in? Oh, it is. I don't know. Go ahead, block comments. It is. So let's clean up the log. Okay, so we have our playbook, our game plan, our coach. Everybody is simplified, and everybody's running right now. So we got the all 4. Okay, so we can close that up. Now I can go try to run my front end. Let's go to file. It's all saved. Okay. And I'll go to. Get my camera out of my face. It's right, it's in front of my monitor. Some people put the camera between 2 monitors. So my monitors are kind of tight. I don't really have a between. I might. Okay, so I have one monitor that's got a big border like this. It's an old monitor, literally 15 years old, but this monitor is so good. It's lasted so long and it's performed so well. And it's a 28-inch monitor, so it's a good-sized monitor, and still going strong, man. So it's a great second monitor, but you know, starting to look clunky in its old age, but running great. At one point, it was failing with my old Surface, and I couldn't figure out why, but it wasn't. I think it was that it was drawing too much power, because it does take more power, I think, because it's an old monitor. And I think my Surface was having a hard time keeping it powered, especially once my Surface started to get hot. It would stop working. I noticed that once I moved to this external graphics card on my new Surface Pro 8, never any problem. So it's just, it's fine. Anyway, I don't have a lot of space, and that border means I can't use that space because it does allow the black spot. And then I have my desk is pretty clear except back. I have so many things connected. I have cord control in there, and I make it look as clean and pretty as possible, but there's only so much you can do. You got cords coming out of the graphic GPU, which are tied to the posts that go up to the monitors, but there's still a few cords back there. And I've got a clock back here, and my switch, not my switch, my wife's switch, but it's downstairs because I use mine, she does. But anyway, I have all these bits and parts going on my desk. It's a little clunky, so I don't have a lot of space because the monitors just don't separate that much. And I don't know if I want a big gap. I kind of like the smoothness of going between them. Maybe that's just a weird thing I got to get past. But also, I move my camera. Like if I'm doing other things, I'll move it over here, or over there. I used to have it on top, but then it was always looking down, kind of weird. See, I'm trying to set it at eye level, which is kind of the ideal space, I think. So when I'm talking, it looks like I'm talking to a person my own height instead of somebody who's 6 feet tall or 6.5 feet tall. I'm not talking to giants. So, and I don't get feelings they're all looking down on me. So, needless to say, it was in front of my face on my main working computer. Now I've got it over kind of underneath my chat. So we'll see how that goes. It's going to start out Go. We run that. Now we're going to go over to my PFFM web, which is, oh, don't have it opened. This is, I separated them. Now, how does everybody running? So this is just me making sure that all of my code works just for me when I'm developing. And honestly, I think I've done all of this. I want to do a full checklist. This is the smoke screen for everything's functioning. Not smoke screen. Smoke test. Smoke screen. It looks so cool outside, so white, but it's kind of getting warm, so these big chunks of snow are falling off the trees and off the wires, and they're just kind of falling everywhere. Gotta take advantage of it. I think it's going to go away. I think the forecast for snow is gone. I think we're quite finished for the current wave anyway. February's kind of our month for snow if we're going to get it. Saturday we can get a frozen mix. And some snow shower Sunday, Monday. Frozen mix next week. A lot of frozen mix options, but nothing to... We're getting some cold weather coming in. Holy moly. Wow, the lows down into the teens. Sheesh. Right. I know, you're like, what are you doing, man? Getting distracted. Sorry. It's gonna work? Holy moly, it worked. Okay. So we did the build. There's one more thing I like to get out of here. If I was going to clean up right now, I think I'd like to try to get rid of these image. I'm going to try to switch to an image tag rather than an image tag. Im tag. I want to switch to an image tag next image. But the thing is, these two items are working a little different. I have to grab the image and check its size, and I manipulate its size because I have items that are proportional to when it's resizing, and they have to be placed on the grid accordingly. And I'm a little concerned that switching to a different tag might screw that up. So, because it might be different properties, different things, and I gotta I got to keep that functionality, so I'm avoiding it right now. I don't normally like to get warnings like this. I like to get rid of them if I can, but for now I think we're okay. npm. Now again, I finally did figure out how to debug locally on VS Code, or I got it working. Let's put it that way. I mean, it's weird because I didn't realize you had to actually start another service to debug on VS Code. I thought it just kind of worked. Oh wait, something's weird. Oh, maybe not. Oh, shoot. That's not going to work. I didn't know I was doing that, but node m development. Huh. Why is it loading that? I don't even remember. I don't remember ever doing that before. So I don't want it to use that right now. I look at my git ignore here. Development I want to use when it goes to development via Docker. And development apparently is being override. Where is it? Alright, let's go to, is it my package.json? Dev. Node m. Okay, so that's setting node m development, which means I'm getting that gateway. Trying to resolve in my head, how do I say this is a bug? This is going to be a problem. It's got the wrong one. But I can't use, development is for my development container. Which functions differently. All I can figure is I need to create a local. But that would mean in my dev I need to use local, not use development. It's because I'm bypassing. Or I create a new script, which is going to be weird. Can I get used to this? Let's say loc. Say local. This might not work. What is next dev? Next test, next build, next start. I guess I'll find out. And then I have to copy this guy. We'll just rename it. Local. exact values. I don't care, but it just has to be. All right. So we're gonna stop this. And we're gonna go empty and run loc. Didn't like it. Dang it. What the heck? I say, here's me trying fancy stuff. Oh, I didn't save it. Alright, let's try that again. Yes. Like, what are you trying to pull, man? Alright. How do I use a .local? I've heard you can use a .local. Alright, so I'm obviously doing something wrong. If I have a .m .local and a .n .development, which one will be used when I execute npm run dev. Which will set let's just do this. Takes precedence over that in the development file. Here's how it works. .m. The file contains local. The file contains the address for local development and overrides variables in .env. .m.development. This file contains environment variables specific to the development environment, and it overrides variables in .env. However, when both .env and development are present, the variables in this case, when you execute npm run dev, the variables will be used if they exist. If the variable is not defined in .env local, it will fall back to the value type. Yes, okay, so theoretically this will work if I just do .dev. Okay, so that's great, but now I'm curious if .m.local is set up not to deploy, and if we don't have if node and set to any value other than development, test product, and .n and only .n exists. Okay, so I think we're good. Alright, so I can get rid of this. In logic of what I'm trying to, it's just trying to get, I want my local to fire without getting that other crappy thing I was getting before. Okay, so we go and get rid of this nonsense. Let's see. So local should fire. and I shouldn't get that weird development thing. If I'm not deploying local, it's considered to get ignored. So it won't go anywhere to cause me problems. I think we're good. It's not complaining, not giving me extra stuff. It's not saying anything about this stuff. I don't understand why this /account, or maybe it just needed to compile that because it hadn't compiled it before. I don't know. Let's go ahead and run this. Oh, why is this 3001? Why are we on 3001? Oh, darn narblets. One of these is a port manager. Was it that one? Thought one of these was a... What is Remote Explorer? Oh, it's my containers. Oh, that's how I can view containers. I knew there was somewhere around here I could do that. I didn't know what that was. It doesn't say Docker, it just says remote containers. I'm like, okay. What that is. Edge tools, git lens inspect. Maybe is it this one? 23 files changed. Really? AI, line history, file history. Huh. Okay. I am curious of the 10 files. Oh, because I keep, because I've done builds. Never mind, that's probably fine. Alright, that was one of these I thought I put on here that was a port checker, a port manager. But apparently yeah, I'd have to look at how to use it. I don't even know what to do with it. Call stack. What is that? Oh, running. I gotta get stuff going in there. That's my next big thing. The next architectural thing will probably have to be getting test stuff going. But well, I thought I had a port manager here somewhere. I don't know where it went. GitHub Actions. Alright, let's go here. I have to stop this. I have to kill. I need 3,000. I don't think my code... If I start using different ports, things get all out of whack. I don't want things to start bumping heads. I don't know what thing thinks it's using port 3000, but I always forget the command though. Do 1668. I don't know what's running. It doesn't say anything, huh? It just says 00000 listening. It doesn't. How? Windows, how can I, or what command Git dash will tell me what is running on this specific port. That's what I used. It didn't tell me anything. It's the same command. Maybe because there's nothing running on it? Check what is running on a specific port. You can use the netstack command combined with grep or find script. Do I have the grep? What is grep? What is grep? Dang it, just put it up here on the enter. Let's see if grep gives me different information. Probably not, but I'm going to check. No, it's exactly the same. Darn it. Alright, well, let's kill it. I need my port. I don't know what's running on it or why it's running. I don't know what's orphaning it. We're going to find out. I'm going to have everything running too, so I want to see what bumps into what. The PID is... I'm not sure which one I'm supposed to put the PID in for. Oh, I must do this one. 21668. What is it? Is it a stage there? And this is going to 2168? Alright. What am I doing wrong? Can I do this? Yeah, let's do this. This might be better. Let's do a kill. Dash 9. 2, 1. The problem could be I'm not doing this on. See, there's no process using 21668 according to that. What about your out? I don't know if this works. I think this is a sudo command. Yeah, I think so. I don't have sudo. So the only one that might work is need to figure out what task kill does apparently. Obviously doing it wrong. Okay, so maybe then like the dash F slash F. Because try PID 21668 and it doesn't like it. It could be. Yeah, it probably doesn't like the F. Why can't I kill this? Let's go. Let's try PowerShell. Or command prompt, either way, run as administrator. Ah! Alright, requires. So I put over here a little note. Requires admin privilege. I should have not done this well. Alright. PRIVIL. Oh, it's EGE, not edge. There's no D in there. Yes, I know. Basic spelling king. Come on, man, learn to spell. What are you, 10? So 10-year-olds can spell, but not all of them can spell everything. So they're kind of like in that middle range of spelling. So it's still inadequate for an adult. But that is not totally an idiot. Okay. So yeah, I killed that port. I should be able to run my dang tap now. I don't know what it thought was running over there. Did anything here blow up when I did that? Everything's still running on that, PFFM test. Everything's still running, nothing kind of said, oh, I lost my port, I can't go run no more. So yeah, I don't know. I must be orphaning it somehow? That's all I can figure. Hey, I got my 3,000 back, okay. Alright. Now I run this guy. One of the things I'm trying to figure out is how to do, I have this edge thing. I don't know how it works though. Because it's supposed to allow me to run my edge. You know what? That's but I did it again. Oh no, that's correct. Still has no dim development, but use the local host value. Okay, never mind. We're good. Wait, why does that say off? Shouldn't say off. I don't know where it's getting at. I must have some kind of a startup log going on here. Is that coming from my, what is it, MJS? No? Where is this? Environment variables. Is it package JSON? Where the heck is that coming from? Something somewhere is doing this. Nope. And environment variables. So is this as a result of That's interesting. This loads when the app loads. I did not know that. I mean, auth is fine in this case, but I did not know this was loading into the console when the app loads. I thought it would only go. I mean, I guess it makes sense. When else would it run? Huh? It has to run when the code is loaded. That is interesting. Okay, so if I go here and close this, does that actually terminate it? I don't think that actually terminates it. Okay, so let's go back to here. Launch an instance Microsoft Edge to begin inspecting and modifying web pages. Customize your launch experience by adding a debug configuration to your launch site. See, this don't work. Oh, wait. Okay, something did work. So is that what this is, headless mode? I don't know what it means, headless mode. You have successfully started an instance of Microsoft Edge in your Visual Studio editor. You can use the developer tools inside your editor to inspect, change, and debug any web project. Use the URL above to navigate your project. Alright. I don't know what that is, but we're going to go http:// localhost. Okay, that doesn't work. You can use the Edge developer tools inside your editor to inspect, change, and debug any web project. Okay. I'm trying to learn a new extension. I don't know how this works exactly. Document report a bug, request feature. How do I know? It could be helpful if I knew how it worked. You can use the URL above to navigate to your project or start changing styles of the site. Okay. Well, I would have thought it would have gone here. But I guess not. I don't know. This opens it up here. I'm so confused, man. It's always so slow when I run it through dev, though. I will say this. It takes a long time to load. Probably because I have too much crap attached to it. I do. I have so many bits and parts and things running. But when I'm in a container, bam, look it up. Hello. It's not usually this slow. Alright, let's close it again. Something's weird. npm There it goes. Okay. Now, Kyle should have a login. If things have been holding stagnantly. Yep, Kyle's good. Alright, so we got full login, full auth, our local work. So let's leave this running. Put this somewhere out of the way for now. Alright, so next steps, let's go run my, go open another bash. This time we're going to go run my dev environment. So with everything running, everything looking pretty solid, we're going to go run my dev environment, which means I got to find the Docker command here. Really, I think all I need is to run this. Should probably do a build on it too. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll go here. This one's just going to be build. Oops. Oh, shoot. So this will take a few moments. Once this guy builds all the way up to processing, then I can, done building, then I can go ahead and start it. It should be creating brand spanking new versions of everything. Hopefully. Everything that's changed. It's usually pretty good about not building stuff that's not different as far as projects. But I think everything's changed a little bit. So I've changed comments and outputs and stuff like that. So it should be trying to get a brand new set. It does do a lot though. So these build processes are slow. But on the upside, when they're done, things run pretty fast. So, if you get your goods and bads there. So we're going to get, hopefully the dev will go, the dev here is, this container right now is the major thing I've been working on over the course of the last day. Because I've been trying to get my dev environment container to function fully using environment variables that are explicit to my local machine. Rather than pulling in the M files that are really only supposed to be used as a, I mean, ultimately I don't even need a .m file locally. I just need a .development one. But everything functions off of an M file. But this is a development M file. I have one that is for the local, I'll call it, or the basic one, which is meant to be when I'm running in the instance that I created already, my local no container instance. Then I have the development end, which is supposed to store my values for when I go to development containers, which is my testing the fully contained, is everything working state. But I still need to write variables for it, environment variables. But everything else is code and it should work. Assuming all that is fine, and I'm getting sources and everything the way it should be, all the code should be identical. This allows me to run, go to dev, go, okay, let's see how everything works here. Is everything good? If everything's good in my local dev, then I go to the test one, which will allow me to create a test thing out of my branch. It'll send the branch out to test. Test will go, okay, here's your branch, test environment. Somebody else could download it, check it out. It can be put anywhere. So like if anybody who's helping me, which by the way I have one person working a little bit with me on this, they're able to download that if they want to and actually run it locally and see what things look like and how it works with the testing. Who knows, maybe someday I'll even give it to some other people to just download the test environment and help me out if I get to that point. Oh, we got a fail. Front end died. Failed to calculate checksum. App.m not found. Let's go look. So we needed M. So it's obviously one of the things I've been working on that didn't work. Let's go here. Oh, I have to keep clicking on the wrong one. I'm not currently using this. I'm going to unpin this for now. I might use it when I start using Unity, but oops, no, I want this pinned. It's this I don't want pinned. Okay. And so now I gotta look at my PFFM web. So I have, let's look at my Docker file. I guess I'll close this for now. Alright, so we got our copy. Did I copy incorrectly? Oh, okay, so I didn't copy. That's the thing. Okay, so no, yeah, this is fine. It's not supposed to copy. We're good there. What I need is my parent. I need to go look at the Docker compose for dev. Because it's not building it front end. Development. Alright, let's go. Let's try out this guy. What is the Did I run this? Oh, it was the container, and I put it in here. Oh, see, that's not gonna work. Wait a minute. Alright, so if I go back to my web, so it might not be complaining about the existence thereof. Could be complaining that this is not the valid path. This is the destination. But I think the problem could be that this thing's not working. Alright. Compose. So my context could be slightly different. That's what I'm trying to think of. I may have a slight reference problem with my Docker file. So PFFM web. I always love it. See, this thing is kind of a pain in the rear because it doesn't look at your other files. It just says, make sure this exists, but then it doesn't know how you've been writing it, so it doesn't look at the way the code is written. Even though you say .workspace, which means go look at your code. Password? Why would I put a password on it? Compose. a few issues to fix. Oh, okay. That's right. This one uses from builder. I didn't notice that, but it only uses it here in this context because I don't know why I didn't notice that before. But it doesn't do that. It doesn't use the from builder in the other environments or the other parts. Like, look, if I go show you like PFFM, OGMS, and then I go to Playbook, Docker file. See, when it copies, that one copies from builder too. So I guess, I don't know why sometimes it copies from builder, why it doesn't. I don't understand. These ones like copy, they don't copy from builder, but this one copies from builder. So what copies from builder and what doesn't is a little bit iffy to me. I haven't fully got that worked out in my head. So, see, AIs don't all know the same things. I asked, this is Claude. See, this is Claude 3.5 down here. And I went to Claude in the full web browser version. And I asked it the same question. And it told me specifically that you could not put copy inside of this file structure because it is not the same syntax. So you have to do it outside. So one of these two Claudes is wrong. I think I don't know which one. I haven't tried them both. So it's just simplifying. See, this is how I tried to write it the first time. Where I tried to say that, and then I put the copy in the middle, and it goes, oh, you can't do that. It's like, what? Why not? What's the problem? I don't know what the problem is. So, yeah. I like this clean state, to be honest. But let's try, I'm going to try doing this and just see what happens. And we'll go back. And I will see if I can do this build, see if it'll build. I just want to see if does it build everything, or is it smart enough to skip the ones that's already built. So let's see. No, it looks like it's going to build everything again. I was hoping it would go a lot faster because it was already built. I could probably just build one project. I didn't think about that. You can usually put the project name at the end and build just the one. I think you put it after the build command. So if you store rubber bands, they get old, right? And they break and they become crap. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's like they're never like something. The only reason to keep rubber bands, you keep them for a year, two tops, but then they start to rot out, and they get real brittle. And the longer you have them, the less more brittle they get. They just kind of become crap. I don't know what it is. Maybe they're biodegradable. What it is, but they wear out. And the reason I'm mentioning it, my company, when I created the Mage Cage some years back, one of the things that people wanted on their miniatures was these little, some way to identify which ones are yours. Because you go play at various tournaments, and it was mostly for HeroClix, so it was designed for HeroClix. So you take your squad of HeroClix and you go play. A lot of times you play against guys that had the same pieces as you, or some of the same pieces. So you put these bands on, you put something on your figures to keep eye on it. And a guy I knew came up with these things called ID rings. And they're basically little rubber bands, but they're a silicone mix rubber band that goes around the base of these figures. Now they're about this big, but they're great for other things, as long as it's bigger than this. So you can stretch it out, put it on bigger things. They make great deck bands. You know, like sometimes people put a rubber band around a deck or whatever, but the rubber bands will rot and turn into this crap. But the ID rings are a silicone based, and they have a little bit of rubber in them, and they last forever. I mean, they will, they can stretch out over time and eventually start to tear, but they don't even just tear all at once. So you're going to know it's coming. Unless you're stretching them out to stupid amounts, and they're pretty stiff, so you only have so much. They're not like a rubber band where you can really get a lot of stretch, but they have enough, and they're nice and secure and stiff, and they work great for IDing smaller things. But anyway, the guy, he left. He had to move back to Japan or China or whatever, and he decided he didn't want to do it no more. And so I bought all his stuff. He only had a couple $1,000s worth. I've since sold enough of it that it's long since paid itself off. Because I was selling them as part of my company, because a lot of people really wanted. Hey, look, that worked. The built. Front end is happy camper. Supposedly, I haven't actually ran it yet, but it does appear to have done what it was supposed to do. Okay. Anyway, needless to say, I sell the ID rings, and I was just saying, I use the ID rings for everything. I even use them for, we have a doggy gate that has one of those, it'll auto stop. I mean, you can hold it and it'll stay there. I didn't want that, because people would go through the gate and they would push it open and it would stay there. So if you had a dog, it was like, oh good, the door's open, run off. It wasn't like outside door, but it was like they'd go downstairs, and we didn't want them going down the stairs because we have one dog that'll pee in different places in the house, so we kind of block them out. And also it's to the front door, to the top of the steps, so people come in. We don't want the dogs greeting them at the door or rushing out the door or whatever. So we put this on. So I put the ID rings on in a way that it grabs the gate. So when you open it, it stretches out and pulls the gate closed. But I've had it on there now for many months, and it's fine. It hasn't even torn. It just stretches out and does its thing. Whereas a rubber band, if I had a rubber band on there, it would be breaking. I'd be breaking them all the time because they wear out after a few months of constant use. So, yeah, and just say there's a lot of good uses, a lot of uses for them. And they're called ID rings, and honestly, I don't even know if I have them up on my AM Games Direct right now, because one of the things is, HeroClix changes their bases, so the rings don't fit on those ring bases anymore. So it's hard to sell them as ID rings anymore, because there's not a lot of miniatures that use those kind of bases anymore. Or oftentimes you're not playing in that kind of a game, or now they have 20 millimeter bases, or 25 millimeter bases, and these are too big for that. So it's kind of like, need to have different sizes. And realistically, the best size would be like a 20 millimeter one that could stretch out to 25 millimeters, so it fit both. And then when you go play squad games that have those kind of rings on them, you can just put them on. But a lot of times people paint the minis and the bases. It's a whole nother issue. But anyway, that said, I think things are running. Let's go see what this created. Oh, that was just the build. I gotta actually go run the up. So we're gonna create, start. Waiting for MongoDB to start up. All good. And yeah, everybody started correctly. And we move back over here. We have test. Ah, somebody shut down. AMG auth, that's the only one? What went wrong with AMG auth? Everybody else is running? The most important one. I mean, this one plugs all these guys into this. So this is like the guy that makes talking to this possible. Well, not true. I mean, these guys can talk to it directly also, but this one you need to even connect to the application. So, error loading.m file. Why is only that one a problem? They all did it. In theory. Successfully loaded. Alan successfully loaded it. Alright. Did all these guys successfully load it? Successfully loaded. But that one failed. Why? Why? AMG auth is using the same logic, unless I did something different. Alright, so we gotta go look at that one versus, oh, I don't know, let's look at the playbook. Say close others. And we'll go to playbook, Docker file. Split it out over here. Close this one. I mean, these are copy and pasted, so they should be identical. Why did AMG auth fail? Right, so the only other thing, if it isn't this that's blowing up, since it's an exact copy, is there a setting I did wrong or broke on the dev here? Now, there's a lot of things I tried to set on all these guys. I could have broken one of them off. So look at gateway. I did put this comment on the end here, and only AMG auth got it. Only AMG auth did I put this comment on. And sometimes inline comments break some stuff. Or I have TV written right here. I don't know what the heck. How'd I get TV written there? Oh, T. Oh, I just had an extra. I had an extra V. Oh, it's DD. Oh, I tried to insert it into dev, and I obviously didn't double click. That's the problem. Okay, so that was an easy fix. It was dev, and I changed it to development, and well, there you go. That's what happens when you do that. So yeah, I could probably go back. Let's go. Oh, not you. Let's go back to you, who's running this. And do I have anybody to save? Nope. Okay. We'll go here, and then we'll just say P. Let's do this. Bring everybody down, get them cleaned up, and then I'll just bring them back up. Got 20 minutes. And now I just got to save. Oh, I should probably get this going right now. Let's save and check these in. Just go okay. Save and confirm. Save. More commenting. Fixes. And refreshed. I'm not totally sure I need to keep the XEs. They're supposed to build, I think, when you deploy them. A lot of times one doesn't check in XEs because you're not deploying the XE. You're doing a fresh build when it runs. Usually. Or at least that's the way we did it in my other company. We didn't deploy that stuff. But maybe it is using those XEs, and then all it's doing in GitHub is, I don't know, I think it is building them. I don't know if it needs that. I should look. If I don't need them, I should probably take the XEs and put them on the ignore list. Alright, so we're fully up on dev. And while that's running, I should be able to go... Well, I should be able to go to the NGROK. But let's go first to this, which is just local. And it's already showing me logged in. So it's because I probably have... I probably have the cookie on my local machine. Let's go ahead and try the NGROK one. See, this one always seems to think I'm not logged in, so I don't know how this one works, to be honest. And I will be surprised. I don't know. This one might work, might not. I haven't got the NGROK stuff to work correctly yet, which is probably not good. But I need the NGROK stuff to work, right? That's the big thing when I'm trying to finish with this sprint. Is it? I gotta go look at what my I thought that's what it was. Hey, at least it got into the at least it got into my code. Oh, this is one. Data. Oh, is it case sensitive? Oh, so I am logged in already. It's checking the code, but ultimately it means that it probably has an issue with me actually not being logged in. Okay, now what? How can I not have the user and the code be used? Something's wrong. 'Cause, I hope my user is not case sensitive. Oh my gosh, user's case sensitive. I gotta fix that. No, I don't want user ID to be case sensitive. That's stupid. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't think that's a showstopper, to be honest, but it's not what I want that. So let's go ahead and do a fix. Let's go, and it's not a showstopper, but it's certainly something I don't want to be existing. So let's go to this one. Close this. This. We'll go here. I could probably go here and go to store. Sync backer, validate backer. Here's backer, create user. Find user. Generate customer user ID. What is the word case analogous? There's no, it's like on the tip of my tongue. It's case insensitive. It's not what it is. There's a word that says basically irrelevant. Is user should be unique in my database. How about user ID should be unique in the database regardless of case. And user should be able to log in with their user ID regardless of case. Only password should be case sensitive. Yeah, build a remote index, I don't care. First, modify the indexes to the case insensitive in the store. Alright, now, got some changes to make. Let's go to create indexes. Create index. Okay, no. Wait, where is that? First one. Am I not in the store? I am in the store. Where that service dog go? Wait, I don't have a create indexes here? I thought I did. Hmm. Okay, guess not. Oh, I have one in Coach, Game Plan, Playbook, but I don't have one in NGROK. Okay, that's why that exists, because it doesn't exist in here. Okay, look. First, modify the indexes to be case insensitive in the store initialization. So let me go back here. Go to store. Wait, when I did the search, where did that show up? It's in the... They're all in the store.go. Okay. So I just need to create this function in store.go. Okay, create case-insensitive unique index for username. Create case-insensitive index for email. And then modify the store. Find user by email and find user by username. See how they change, just to make sure I'm not just copy and pasting stuff. Collation, okay, so we are checking for whatever, I don't know, this collation must be the big test change. Locale, English, strength 2, because it does the other things are all identical. So it's checking, basically altering the conditions of the search. Okay. Store the username and email in lowercase when creating a user in register method. Register method? Oh, register method. Okay. Register. That's when I'm registering the user. Okay, that must be in the service. Here we go. And so we got user here and email. And I'm going to do the same thing with backer code. Because it's the same thing, even though I need to if I store it as lowercase, you know what? I think it's probably working fine, but I think if I store it as lowercase and compare it as lowercase, check if packet code is already in use. So we're going to pass the backer code in here. Here. That is my create indexes. Alright. Wait, nope. This is the problem. What's it complaining about, man? Stop it! Validate packet code needs to be updated. Oh. I think the problem might be that I need to. I may have messed something up here. I did mess something up. I think let's just do this. Okay, there. Maybe, as long as it doesn't come back and complain in a minute. I don't know why this is complaining now, but I gotta put create indexes in something. Did I miss that? I did. It doesn't actually have create indexes on my anything. Okay, I have to fix that. It didn't actually implement it. It says, hey, yeah, create this thing. It says, oh, but you're going to want to put that somewhere. Validate backer code. We're going to go here. Is backer code in use? I'm guessing create indexes. If I go look for create indexes, it should be the same thing for like game plan has it right here. It's in the initialize. Do I even have an initialize? I don't even know that I have. Alright, so this guy, that's definitely a playbook thing. New store. Let's go to store.go here. Where did I put it? Just at the end? Yeah, right before the end. Okay. Alright, what's the problem here? Oh, create indexes doesn't have a oh, probably not. Not this one anyway. Where is it getting context from then? Is context being defined outside? It's got context in here. I like, where is context? Where is... It must be the S, but the S is there, but where is context? Where is context defined in create indexes? I think it's supposed to be here, like CTX, and then I put context here. Aha! It's like, oh yeah, let me give you that piece of information. It might be important. Thank you for asking. I don't understand why we do. What is background? So the call, all right, fine, I'll just do this because it's doing it everywhere else. And this just becomes, nope. Okay, hopefully everything will build now. I think I've got it all done. Alright, let's see what happens. CD, PFFM, go MS, NGROK, go build dot. Here, C. I don't really probably need to make that run again, but I do need to do my test to test. We'll go ahead and deploy this. Well, let's do the go run. Let's at least make sure it fires up. It is new. All right, it's 11:05. I have to call it for my morning session. I will be back this afternoon. I got a few things I got to get done here.